Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Look, as you come in, please be sure to drop a hello in the chat. Let us know where you're signing in from. And look, tonight, I would love for you to share what made you join this class tonight. All right. Drop a hello, where you're signing in from, and what made you join this class tonight. Look, we like to create a space where everybody feels welcome. Look, in 2026, especially in terms of my work, the stock market is not something that should feel intimidating. And my goal today is to help you feel like this is a goal, this is an endeavor that you absolutely can tackle with the right education and guidance. I am really, really excited about kickstarting this new year. I am I am really, really excited about the market in general and what's gearing up to be one of the absolutely craziest years that I can remember in some time. Um Look, I'm gonna say welcome to some people. Appreciate y'all checking in. I think this is Aaliyah says, I'm eager to learn more about the stock market and become comfortable with investing. You are in the right place. I have a Zoom user that says, I want to learn the process to create generational wealth in my family. That's what we do. We're all about generational wealth. Monique says, I've seen your podcast and I started going back to the older videos. And so I guess Monique said, I figure I'd catch you in person. So Monique, thank you for joining. Leanne, checking in from Neptune, New Jersey. What's going on? The reason for her to get more knowledge on financial growth. We're going to absolutely help you with that. Please, as y'all continue to come in, just drop where you're signing in from. And one reason why you're here, Kelly checking in from Little Rock. Kelly got a crew with her. It's Kelly and Shirley. Kelly brought a friend. Glad y'all are here. We got some people checking in from Montgomery, Alabama. Listen, welcome to everyone that is here. Charity checking in from the UK early in the morning. Charity, my UK cousins always showing me love. Y'all got to send me an invite so I can come hang out in the UK. Let's see who else we have here. Marcus checking in from Illinois. Marcus, are you a Bear fan? This is a big weekend. Marcus said 100%. Bear down. All right. All right, y'all. Look, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to get started. Keep dropping while you're here tonight. Hey, I'm going to read through them. The other people that are on here, they want to know too. Like I said, we want to create a space where people feel welcome. We're learning together. We're building together. And this is just one way that we create a collaborative space. I am going to share my screen and we are going to get started. Can y'all see my slides? How to turn your six-figure income into a seven-figure portfolio. If you can see my slides, somebody just say yes, we can see it. So I know I'm not talking to myself. All right, perfect. Y'all can see. Let's roll. Let's roll in. Look, y'all. I always start out with the disclaimer. Investing involves risk. The examples shared are for educational purposes only and are not financial advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Always do your own research before investing. All right, sorry about that, guys. I went blank for a second. All right, let's keep rolling. Guys, I am Courtney. I am the founder of Investing Uncomplicated, CEO of Super Money University. Um, this is my resume, y'all, as it will fit on a slide. A lot of you need to look this over. Um, Check it out. You know, we live in a world where there are a lot of self-proclaimed experts. Okay. And I am somebody that really did it. Okay. I worked as a wealth manager. I worked as an investment analyst. Y'all, I have the degree, graduate degrees to show for it. I am absolutely book smart, but also street smart as well. But the street tonight, though, the street we're talking about tonight is Wall Street, all right? Not the streets, okay? Not that one. We're not talking about that today, all right? But as y'all look this over, let me tell y'all, I remember the first time that I sat down with somebody like myself, okay? I was someone who didn't grow up with a lot of money. So I wanted hope. I wanted to be in a place where I could create a life for myself that was far different from the one where I grew up. So when I sat down with that wealth manager, I wanted to know the secrets that would allow me to build wealth. I wanted to know what rich people were doing with their money in the stock market that would change my life because I couldn't go back to where I came from. Um, After that meeting, life got real, y'all. I had been married before. My wife at that time passed away. We had been married for 11 years. She had a form of heart disease. Left me as a single dad. I had a daughter. I have a daughter. So after she passed, I was a single dad. I was at a point where I was trying to figure my professional life out while having to keep my family together. And the people that were around me, they were like, Courtney, like go into a career that's going to give you some stability. You know, you have the degrees, you have the experience, you'll make a pretty good amount of money, more than probably anybody in my family had ever made before. And I got what they were coming from, but what they didn't understand about me was that I didn't only want a career where I could provide. There was a part of me that absolutely wanted a career where I could be present as well as pursue freedom. Okay. And most of the people around me, they didn't understand that. And it was lonely at times, but I knew that I was faced with a decision. I could satisfy everybody else, make them feel comfortable, go the safe path, get a job, right? And provide for my family. But doing that, I would die with what ifs. Now I could go another path. That path would be following my heart, pursuing the level of freedom and wealth that I knew people around me didn't understand. Now, the consequence there was potentially failing. So when I looked at the worst case scenarios between the two paths, it was easy for me that I would actually rather fail than to die with what ifs. So look, I had to go hard, y'all. I started studying the stock market. I read every book I could get my hands on. I would listen to radio shows. This was at a time where YouTube and like podcasts and all that wasn't quite hitting yet. So I would stay up late to even watch infomercials so I could get the knowledge that I needed to change my life and to also change the trajectory of my family and build a true legacy. And y'all won't believe what happened. A poor kid from North Nashville, Tennessee, became a wealth manager. I didn't even know what the word wealth meant as a young adult. All right. I started managing $1 million portfolios. And look, that wasn't the last leap that I took. I fell in love again. I met an amazing woman, and I said, man, I'm gonna pack up this little girl. I'm gonna pack up my bags, and I'm finna go chase this woman, y'all. And the people around me, again, they thought I was crazy. They was like, Courtney, you taking too many risks. Some of them, when they try to make me out to be a bad parent, y'all know how you know how your people can be sometimes. But listen, I not only found an amazing partner for myself, but I found an amazing bonus mom for my daughter. And me and that woman, we get married in 2026, y'all. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Y'all like, Courtney, why are you telling us all of this? Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all are here because you're like I was when I sat down with that wealth manager for the first time. You're here because you want a strategy to invest in the stock market. You want to know how to invest the way that the wealthy invest. I'm gonna give y'all some of that, okay? But a lot of you, what you need more than anything is confidence. You need permission to believe in yourself and your decision making. You need to believe that if you learn this, you can really do it. And I'm here to tell you before we even get into the technicalities of the stock market, all right? Before we even get into any of that, I'm telling you right now that if I can learn the stock market, not growing up with a lot of money, not having everything right in my life, experiencing pain, experiencing loss, dealing with depression, being a single dad, having to start over not once, not twice, not three times. All right. If I can learn the stock market through all of that, I know that you can too. Right. Y'all can do this. So, look, if you're here, I read some of your reasoning. All right. And I love that stuff. And I know some of y'all have some other things that you've been looking to learn. You're like, man, I'm making really good money, but that money doesn't necessarily feel like wealth. You're wondering if what you're currently doing to prepare for retirement, is that going to be enough? You're like, man, I want to invest, but I don't know anything about stocks. How do I identify a company that's even a good investment? You may be wondering, how much should I be investing, or how often? I'm going to answer all of those questions tonight. But I want y'all to take a second. I want you to imagine how you would feel if you knew exactly where your money should go every time you got paid. How would you feel if you knew that your income was building real wealth? How would you feel if you could turn lazy cash into growing investments? What if you knew what to do to have a clear path to a seven-figure portfolio? That's over $1 million. All right, we're talking about big bags tonight. What if you finally felt ahead and not behind? Drop your answer in the chat. Drop your answer in the chat. How would you feel? Hale says, absolutely wonderful and accomplished. Mary says, fantastic. Quincy says, I feel like I could breathe. Mo says, financially free. Niger said, like I could breathe as well. Wow. Lorinda says, I feel awesome. Monique says, it would give her security and peace. Oh, I love this one. Somebody on the iPhone, I don't know who it is, but they said, I'd feel like I could bless other people. Guys, what I want y'all to know is that tonight, I'm going to give you the foundation that you need to start realizing those feelings. That's what we're going to do tonight. And this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you why your income and savings is not enough. I'm going to teach you how to invest in a way that aligns with your income. We're going to cover how much you need to have saved, and how much you need to be investing. I'm even going to share with you all a few tips about some things you need to be doing with your retirement. For my beginners, we will absolutely start with the basics of the stock market. Okay. And you're going to walk away with next steps to confidently invest on your own. So, guys, I'm about to go through a series of slides. I know y'all came with questions. I'm eager to answer them. I am going to ask you to hold those questions to the end. I have a whole section that's dedicated to answering your questions. And so if you're here tonight, I know you have questions. So hold the questions to the end, and I'm going to stick around for a minute, and I'm going to answer all of those. So why the stock? Let me tell y'all something. I want you all to invest because it increases your net worth. It increases your wealth. Wealth in America has been built in three primary ways. If you go back to the beginning of this country, wealth has been built through entrepreneurship, through real estate, and through the stock market. Let me tell you something. I do all three. Okay. We run 4 businesses. We own a pretty substantial real estate portfolio, and we invest in the stock market. I'm here to tell you right now, investing in the stock market is the most accessible way to build wealth in 2026 and beyond. Let me take it a step further. Investing in the stock market investing in the stock market in 2026 and beyond is the most accessible way for anybody in these United States of America to build wealth. It is the most accessible way that you could build wealth ever in history. No other point in American history has there been something so easy to build wealth. Let me tell you why. You don't need tens of thousands of dollars to start. You don't need your tax returns or a credit score, a bank, 20% down, a business plan, an investor, 5 years before you're profitable, employees. You don't need none of that. You need a device, internet connection, and a little bit of knowledge. And $5. That's all you need to invest. A lot of these ideas that people have created for themselves around the stock market, we're going to dispel a lot of that tonight. It's not what you think. It's way easier than you think. You just got to know what to look for. And I'm going to show y'all that tonight. So, all right, I was giving people some time to join. You know, I know sometimes my cousins, they be a little tardy, y'all. So I was giving them a little time to join. It looks like we have most of the people here that are going to be with us. So if y'all are ready to move forward, let me know by dropping a let's go in the chat. If you're ready to move forward, drop a let's go in the chat. That way I know that we're not waiting on nobody else. Marcus said, let's roll. Quincy said, let's go. Kathy said, thank you for the grace. I got you, Kathy. Antoine's ready to roll. A lot of y'all are ready to go. Carolyn says, let's go. All right. All right, let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll. T. Williams says, let's go. I think we're ready, y'all. I think we're ready. So let's talk about the stock market from the very, very basics, from the beginning, from the foundation. When you invest in the stock market, when you buy a stock, you're buying ownership into a company. And you want to buy ownership into that company because that company that you become an owner in, it goes up in value. That means that your money is going to go up in value. That means that your wealth has gone up. Okay. When you invest in a company, you can buy as many shares, a share is like a piece of the company. You can buy as many shares of one company or as many companies as you can afford. When you invest in a company, there's a price tag. Okay, that price tag that you pay for that ownership, we call that a stock price. The objective is the stock price that you start at some point in the future, that price goes up because that means what you bought is more valuable than where you start. So you can invest in individual companies, which is buying a stock, or you can invest in a mutual fund. And a mutual fund is a basket of individual stocks. The benefits of mutual funds is that because there are hundreds and maybe even thousands of companies in that one investment, if something happens with a few of those, your money isn't negatively impacted as much because you have the weight of the other companies. When you invest in the stock market, you make money in 2 ways: price appreciation and dividends. Price appreciation is when the money that you invested, it grows. Okay, I'm a growth investor. I love price appreciation. Okay, that's what I look for. That's my strategy. I don't care a lot about dividends. Here's the thing about dividends. So a dividend is when you're an investor in a company, when you've invested in a company, when that company makes a profit, they'll share a portion of their profits with their investors. Okay. And if you've invested in that company, you'll get a dividend. The challenge is that those dividends, they're a really, really small percentage, and it takes hundreds of thousands of dollars in order for that payout to be significant. And typically, you can make more money through price appreciation when you give it time. I got messages yesterday. I know a lot of you saw me on an Anthony O'Neill show. Got multiple messages yesterday. Back in October, November, we did a show, and there was a stock that I mentioned called Rocket Labs. If you remember me talking about Rocket Labs, drop a I remember in the chat. You see, I did it in like a higher pitched voice, like you could make that come out in the chat. But if you remember me talking about Rocket Labs in the chat, say I remember. Yep, Niger remembers. Monique remembers. Latoya, Marsha remembers. Karen says, sure do. Yeah. If you bought Rocket Labs when I talked about it, you are now up on that investment somewhere between 50% and 100%. That means that at a minimum, you made half your money back. At a maximum, you doubled your money in the matter of 3 to 4 months. I'm able to do that because I'm a growth investor. I look for price appreciation. Marilyn says I bought it. Marilyn, go ahead and tell them in the chat what percentage you're up. Guys, when you invest in the stock market, you're not only doing something with your money, but you're also flipping a switch in your mind, in your persona. You're changing the way that you walk through life from being a consumer, from being a spender to being an owner. And when you do that, your life changes forever. And that's what we're working on tonight. We're looking to go from being consumer to being an owner. Marilyn says about 50%. Told y'all, that's why I like growth. Let me show y'all some other investments that I made in 2025. Guys, let me tell y'all this real quick. So when you invest in the stock market, we're long-term investors, okay? Long-term for us means a year long. You put your money there, year longer, you let it grow. When you're a long-term investor, over time, the market goes up. I want to show you what I did last year, not 3 years ago. Let me show you investments that I made last year in less than 12 months. Palantir, I bought in April at $106. By the end of the year, it was over $170. That's almost a 70% return. NVIDIA, I bought some shares. The first shares I bought in 2025 were in May. I bought it at around $96. At the end of the year, it had got up to over 200. That's over 100% return. Google, when we closed out the year, we were up over 100% in 9 months. This is the impact of being a growth investor and knowing what companies you need to be investing in. So now you're like, all right, Courtney, well, then what do we need to be looking for? What should we be looking at when we're evaluating which companies we want to invest in? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share with you all what I look for in a stock. I look for 5 things. I want companies that are hyper growth. They're industry leaders. I can buy them at a discount. I want them to be innovative, and I want them to be always and forever. Let's go through these one by one. Hyper growth means that the company's revenue is growing 15% or more per year. And you can find that on a company's income statement. I like companies whose revenue is growing 15% or more per year. Number 2, every company operates in an industry. The industry is like a weight class or division. I need them on the medal stand in the industry where they operate, which means I need them to be first, second, or third in their industry in order for me to invest. Number 3, I like to buy them at a discounted price. I define a discounted price as 15% below the highest price that the stock has traded at in the last year. So if I look at the last year and I find the highest price, if I can buy it 15% or more below that highest price, I'm interested. I like companies that are innovative. These are the companies that are changing the products and services that we use every day. They're making them faster, more efficient, smaller, cooler. Okay. They're making things better. They're also creating things that we didn't even know that we needed. Artificial intelligence, Chat GPT. 3 years ago, we didn't even know that we needed Chat GPT. We were happy with YouTube and Google. All right. So another way to look at innovative is companies creating things that we didn't know that we needed. We didn't know that we needed rocket labs. Who knew that people were sending stuff into space with such a rate that there could be a whole company dedicated to just mailing stuff into space? All right. And then lastly, I like companies that are always and forever. This is a Luther Vandross stock. This is a company that's not going anywhere. Okay. They're always and forever. They will have an influential part of our society and our lives and how we do things. And in this microwave era, that we live in, always and forever really just means about 10 years. If they're going to be around and they're going to be influential for 10 years, we cool with that. This is what I look for in a stock, y'all. This is how I hit them home runs. Investing is simple. Okay, so let me tell y'all this. I'm about to hit y'all with a bombshell. Okay, I do this to teach you all, and you may leave inspired, and that's great. But what I really want to happen when we finish up is I want everybody to make an investment tomorrow, and I want you to invest $5. I want you to see that investing isn't as intimidating or as difficult as you may have once thought that it was. You can start investing in 4 easy steps. You need your device. You got to have a digital broker. So your digital broker it's like if you use Amazon to buy anything. I'm literally looking at my office and I feel like everything that I look at may have came from Amazon, right? We can buy anything on Amazon. Well, your digital broker is what you use to buy stocks and mutual funds. Okay. So if you go to Amazon to buy anything, then you go to your digital broker to buy stocks and mutual funds. In order for you to start investing, you have to have a digital broker. So let me do a quick check. How many people do not have a digital broker right now? How many people do not? If you do not have a digital broker, I want you to comment no in the chat. Let me see how many people do not have a digital broker. Let's see. Okay, several people don't have a digital broker. So let's do this. I'm gonna help you out with that in just a second. In addition to your digital broker, you need to know what to invest in. For a lot of my beginners, I tell my beginners to start off with a mutual fund that includes the same companies as the S&P 500. The ticker symbol, which is the abbreviation or code for that investment, is VOO. V as in Victor, O as in Oscar, O as in Oscar. This is it, y'all. This is all you need to invest. You don't got to provide your tax returns. You don't have to do an interview. Okay. You don't got to jump on Zoom. You don't have to wait for no approval. All right. It's super easy. So this is what we're going to do. A lot of you don't have a digital broker. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. This link is going to take you to some of the digital brokers that I like. And what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to set up your account. And y'all can actually do this with me right now. It takes like 3 minutes. So as I walk through the demonstration, you can go ahead and start the process. Okay, do this now. Set up the account. All right, I'm going to walk y'all through it. It's really easy. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you don't have a digital broker, click this link. I'm going to do the demonstration off of SoFi. It's my favorite one on this list. So if you want to follow along, do SoFi. And In 3 minutes, I'm going to show you how to set up your account. Don't y'all do this right. If you can, do this right now. That way tomorrow, when I said I want y'all to invest that $5, you're not scrambling trying to figure stuff out. You've already started it and your account's ready to go. And you're just waiting for the market to open. All right. So I got a quick demonstration to show you how to set up your broker. Okay. And I'm going to talk y'all through it. So do it right now. When you click that link, it looks like this. Under SoFi, you're just going to hit Get App. And then scroll to the bottom and do Get Started. You're new, so you're going to go to the bottom and hit New to SoFi, sign up. It's going to ask you for your name, your state, email address, and password. This is your login to SoFi. Hit Open Account to start. And when you hit Open Account, it's going to start asking you for all your personal information. Enter your personal info. It will ask you your job, how much money you make, your date of birth, your citizenship status. Tell the truth on all the questions. Don't try to be younger than you are. That's not going to give you any favoritism. Okay. Enter your phone number. They'll need that for security reasons. Then they're going to ask you some questions about your investing goals, about your experience, how long you plan to keep your money invested, how long you've been investing. Answer the questions correctly. They just want to make sure they give you the right type of account. It's not like if you answer wrong, they're not going to let you open up an account. It's not like that. Okay. Just tell the truth, simple questions. Then they want you to accept their terms and conditions. You have to select in the center on that gray box and scroll all the way down to the bottom in order to move forward. So then after you go to the bottom, hit agree and submit. Your account's set up. All right, you're ready at this point. But you need to go one step further because now you have to put money in the account. You can't invest your $5 tomorrow if you don't have any money in there. So put in an amount of money in your account that you're comfortable with starting with. Okay, you don't got to transfer your retirement over here just yet. We're just getting started because we want to knock the nerves off. Connect your account, enter your phone number. It'll show you any checking and savings account that's associated with that phone number. It'll create an automatic link so you can easily transfer money from your savings account into your brokerage account. It makes it super easy. Go ahead and transfer the money. So download the broker, set up your account, transfer the money. When you do all of that, you're set. You're ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're knocking the nerves off. We're proving that investing is not that difficult. So you're like, all right, Courtney, well, what are we investing in? I knew you was going to ask that. I knew you were going to ask that. I'm prepared. So let me tell you, if I was a new investor and I'm investing my first $5 of 2026 in the market tomorrow, these are 4 investments that I would make. You can do 1, you can do 2, you can do 3, or you can do all 4, whatever you're comfortable with. I selected 2 mutual funds and 2 individual stocks. The first one is the S&P 500. It's VOO. I told y'all about that a second ago. The second one is SMH, like Shake My Head. But this is a semiconductor ETF. It's a semiconductor mutual fund. It includes all of the chip companies that make artificial intelligence work. Artificial intelligence does not exist without the companies in SMH.
Hello.
70% on that last year, up over 70%. All right. Now the 2 individual stocks that I like are Meta and Netflix. They meet all 5 of the criteria that I shared with you all a moment ago. Okay. They are leaders in their industry. They are hyper growth. You can buy them at a discounted price. They're innovative. They're Luther Vandross stocks. Okay. They satisfy all 5. So tomorrow, if I'm trying to figure out where I'm investing my money, it's in one of all of these. And tomorrow, again, it's just $5. All right, $5. That's it. That's what we're doing. All right. This tonight isn't just about the education. It's about taking action. Take that first step. This is like when you stick your toe in the water before you jump in. All right. It's like when you stick your toe in the water before you jump in. Kara, I see your question. I think somebody else was trying to ask a question too, and I did mute you. I want y'all to hold your questions to the end. I'm going to answer your questions at the end. I'm going to get through these slides, and then I'm going to answer your questions. All right. Quick check-in. Has this been helpful so far? If you learned something new, drop a fire emoji in the chat. There is no minimum to opening an account. There's no minimum because you can invest with $5. All right. Kathy's learning something new. Stephanie's learning something new. Mo is learning something new. Adrian, Rita, Julian, Akila, Jamila, Maria, Lynn. Everybody's learning something new. That's great. I just like to check in. Like, I know y'all are here for a reason. I want to make sure that I'm on my job. Okay. It looks like we're doing pretty good so far. That's awesome. Let's keep on going. Guys, I worked in this industry for over 15 years. I've learned a lot. And let me tell y'all a few things that I've learned. I know my audience. I know the people that are here. Y'all are very educated. You're intelligent. You have degrees, graduate degrees. You have great jobs. You're leaders. Y'all are doing phenomenally in your respective fields. Y'all make a lot of money too. Okay. Let me tell y'all, you cannot work your way to financial freedom. You cannot earn your way to financial freedom. You cannot income your way to financial freedom because that's trading time for money. And you have to get to a point to where your money starts working for you because eventually our bodies shut down. We're not as strong as we used to be. Technology changes, companies downsize, we retire, right? We have limited amount of time to do the things that we do for money. So we got to start having our money do some stuff for us. Number two, some of you have good investing habits. You have good saving habits, but saving isn't going to give you financial freedom either because that money is not growing. It's just sitting there. It's lazy. It's unemployed. And we not only need money that's employed, figuratively speaking, we need our money working overtime. Okay. If you are spending in this country without investing, it guarantees that your net worth will shrink. And in America, you can't have your net worth shrinking. Okay. You need as much money as you can get. When you have money in America, you live in better neighborhoods, better schools, better grocery stores, better access to healthcare, all of the things. Too many people keep their wealth in cash in their primary home, and we got to change that. Let me tell y'all why. I love my home. I know you all love your homes as well, but our homes aren't great investments. And too many people have all of their wealth just about tied up in their home. And this could be a problem. Number one, your home, it is an investment. It's not a great investment, but typically homes go up in value 3 to 5% per year, depending on where you live. You compare that with the stock market, where the stock market goes up 8 to 10% per year. So it's growing at double the rate of the value of your home. Also, your home isn't paying you. So there's no compounding opportunities where it's like you can make money and then reinvest it and make money on the money that you made. You don't have that with a home. It actually costs you. And there are costs associated with a home that go beyond the principal and interest. You're paying property taxes. Property taxes go up frequently. You pay property insurance. Property insurance and insurance in general is one of the fastest appreciating expenses in America, and nobody's talking about it. You look at your mortgage statement and you're like, why am I paying more if you're escrowed? You're like, why am I paying more on my mortgage than I was 3 years ago? And it's because of property insurance. You may be paying homeowners association fees, maintenance costs. If you didn't make a down payment of 20% or more, you're paying private mortgage insurance that's protecting your lender. These are a lot of costs to manage an asset, and that's not the type of assets you really want to have. If you have money that's sitting in a savings account, inflation is reducing the buying power every year. $10,000 in 2025 only buying you $9,700 worth of stuff in 2026. We have to make our money work for us smart, because you could be leaving money on the table. If you would have taken $20,000 10 years ago and put it in a high yield savings account, it would be worth $31,000 today. Sounds good. But if you would have invested that $20,000 in the S&P 500, ticker VOO that I told y'all about earlier, that $20,000 would have grown to $73,000. That's a difference of $42,000 that you could just be leaving on the table by not having your money in the right place. So look, what I want to do next is I want to talk to you all about a couple things you can do to power your investing portfolio. Number one, we need to define how much we need to be investing. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 ways to do that. And then I want to show you all some things you need to be doing in your retirement account if y'all want to talk about that. I'm going to ask y'all in just a second. All right, so there are 3 ways that you could calculate how much you need to be investing. This is number 1. You have to define what you need to have saved, and then look at how much cash you have and determine how much of that needs to actually be in the stock market. See, saving is really only for safety. This is your emergency fund. This is for unexpected expenses. That your savings is for those things that you didn't see coming. You want to have about 6 to 8 months of expenses saved, okay, in an account. So if 6 to 8 months of your expenses is $40,000, and you can have any short-term goals in there as well. So you have short-term goals that are $10,000. You only need $50,000 in your savings account. If you have $75,000, you have $25,000 too much. That means that $25,000 needs to be invested. That's the first way you calculate how much you need to be investing. The second way you calculate how much you need to be investing, and maybe the most important, is you just need to invest what you can afford and automate it. Look at your monthly budget. Look at your income, right? Whether you get paid bi-weekly, monthly, weekly, whatever. Look at how you get paid. How much money do you have left over after your paycheck? Of what you have left over, what can you afford to invest in the stock market consistently, automatically? Do that. So many people think that you got to invest at the right time and in the perfect company and do all of these really analytical things to be successful or to become wealthy in the stock market. You gotta do none of that. You need to be consistent. Consistent and invest in a way where you take your hands off of it. Figure out what you can afford to invest that aligns with your pay period and automate it to where you never have to touch it. Don't do too little because it's not going to have the impact that you want. Don't do too much because if you put too much in there, you're going to stop because you need the money. Find that sweet spot. Do that consistently. Now, the third way that we calculate how much we need to be investing, we're going to do that in this retirement section. This is just going to take a couple minutes. Let me ask y'all, let me do a quick check-in. All right, it's 7:45. Do y'all have a couple minutes for me to give y'all some tips on retirement? Just a couple minutes. Y'all cool with that? Andrea, yes. Kathy says absolutely. Okay, perfect. Truck told me to go for it. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna do it fast because I want to get to y'all questions. I help people craft strategies for retirement, and I've made some really disturbing observations about people's retirement portfolios that I've seen before they start working with me. Number one, don't play it safe too early. If you have more than 5 years until you retire, your money needs to be invested in growth mutual funds. I see people who be having money in money markets. They have money in fixed income funds or bond funds. Listen, that stuff's not going to grow. You need your money invested in things that are going to grow aggressively. You have time until your retirement, most of you. Okay. Don't be overly conservative in your retirement account. The more time you have, the more aggressive you can be. Number two, only contribute up to the amount that your company will match and then self-direct. Your employer-sponsored retirement accounts, they have limited investment options. Okay. And you could get better performance if you have control of selecting your own investments. Okay. And you can do that through a self-directed retirement account. Now, many of your employers, they'll match your contributions. You want that match because that's free money. So you want to contribute to your company plan if they're matching. But if you have more to contribute beyond what they'll match, you need to open up a Roth IRA outside of your employer or a traditional IRA if you exceed the income limits for the Roth. And then the third thing is you need to work backwards to figure out how much you need to be investing in your retirement account to hit whatever your retirement goal is. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Here's the reality. Here's what we're saying, y'all. Too many people just blindly throwing money into their retirement account. There's no goal, there's no strategy. They're just putting money in there. Here's the worst part. They don't even know how much money that's going to grow to when they retire. So retirement is literally like a guessing game. They're trying to figure out, I don't know how much I'm gonna have. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's kind of like I used to watch The Price is Right with my grandmother. My grandmother used to love The Price is Right. And you know, when you get to the showdown, you get to the end, and you got the big wheel, and you spin the wheel turn, and people be like, they be wishing they land on that dollar, right? That's how people saving for retirement. They spending that wheel wishing for that dollar. Don't save for retirement like that. Okay. Don't plan for anything like that. Don't plan for anything with a hope and a wish. Be definitive in where you're going. And so I'm going to teach you how to be definitive so you can calculate where you actually need to be investing to hit your goal. All right. So number one, guys, you need to think about how much money you need to live when you retire. Think about an annual amount of money that you need to live comfortably when you're retired. This is step one. You're just thinking right now. Think about an annual amount of money that you need to live when you retire. What's that number? Hold on to it. Don't tell me yet because we got another step. After you come up with that annual number, you're going to divide it by 0.05. So think about how much money you need a year to live and then divide it by 0.05. Don't y'all just sit there listening to me, looking at me. I need y'all to get y'all calculators and do this math, right? Annual amount of money that you need to live divided by 0.05. That is the amount of money that you need in your portfolio to pay you that annual salary that you just thought about that you needed. Okay. This is the amount of money that gives you freedom. You never have to work again with this amount of money. This is your NWA. This is your NWA number, your never work again number. This is your freedom number. Freedom of location, time, space. Yo, change, fly first class to change the forecast number, okay? Drop it in the chat. I want to see y'all freedom numbers. Stephanie's is 2 million. Akila's is 2.5. Carol's is 3. Erica's is 2. Marcus's is 3. Quincy's is 2. Divide by 0.05. Trucks is 2.5. All right, guys, this is your freedom number. This is a big deal. Don't take this lightly. I need you to put that somewhere. Save it, wallet, purse, cell phone. Don't forget it, okay? Yeah, look, Kathy says, I don't believe in retirement. I'm with that, Kathy. For multiple reasons. Number one, you can stop working whenever you can afford to, and it don't got to be called retirement. Some people just love what they do and they want to work because they like what they do. I will probably be sitting in front of cameras talking about the stock market for the rest of my life because from a work perspective, nothing makes me happy. Okay. Now, at some point, it may be an AI version of me, but I'll do this forever because I like it. So there's not a real retirement for me. So I get that. So keep these numbers. Now, so now you know where you need to get to. Now you need to figure out how you get there. So I'm going to drop another link in the chat. This is going to take you to my investment calculator. Okay, I'm going to give you all a link to my investment calculator. I'm going to drop the link for so you have it. You can do this later. You don't have to do it right now. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and I'm going to show y'all how to use this. I'm going to help somebody out real quick. I think Tamika's number is 3 million. So we're going to help Tamika out. We're trying to get to $3 million. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show y'all how to use my investing calculator really quickly. Looks like this. Our goal is to enter this information on the left, hit run projection, and then end up at our freedom number over here. So let's assume Tamika is 35. She's retiring at 65. You're going to enter your age and your target retirement age, okay, whatever that is. Your current retirement savings, this is any money you have invested right now in retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, individual brokerage accounts. Add that up. That's your current retirement savings. Your expected annual return. We're going to keep this conservative. We're going to keep it at somewhere between 8 to 10%. To change the number, you use this little dial and you just drag it. I'm going to drag it to 8%. Monthly contribution. And we're going to have to change monthly contribution so we can get our number over here to change. So I'm going to change this to 2,000. We're trying to get to 3 million. All right, so that got us to 3.2. So we're going to lower it a little bit. What if we go to 18? We go to 1850, hit run projection. Boom, $3 million. This is how you use it, guys. This is also the third way that you calculate how much you need to be investing to hit your freedom number. It's the third way you calculate how much you need to be investing. We talked about looking at how much we need to be saving versus investing. We talked about investing what we can afford. Now, this is investing what you need to invest to hit your freedom number. Use this, figure out your number, and get on track. All right, y'all, I got a couple more slides, and then we are going to do question and answer. Listen, you are here for a reason. You know that you deserve financial freedom. You're tired of sitting on the sideline. You done already claimed 2026 was your year to get it all together. That's why you're here tonight. You want to build wealth, not just income. You got a lot of information to do all of these things tonight, but I know how you might be feeling right now. We did a lot. I taught you a lot. And you know that you have an assignment to invest $5 tomorrow, but you're like, Courtney, I took these notes, but I'm worried that I might forget everything that I learned tonight. You're like, this was a good start, right? But you're worried that you may make a bad decision in terms of an investment. You're worried that when you go in to enter the ticker symbol, you may have a typo. And if that's going to mess up your portfolio forever. The one that I think most people feel is you're concerned about having to take the next steps alone. I want to introduce y'all to a few people who felt exactly how you may be feeling right now.
This course has helped me a lot. I've been trying to learn the stock market for years.
I've never taken any kind of course that you can implement it like that same week. I like the way you explained everything and break it down. And I'm one of the people I need to be broke down to me like a kindergartner. So the way you broke things down for someone like me, elementary level, like every single week, like it was something very practical that we could do. The class itself was very informational, and it is one of the, I think, smartest things I could have ever done.
Hey, what's up, family? I go by the name of Latin Prince. I'm a radio TV personality. Took the class with Courtney about 4 weeks ago, man. And investing uncomplicated has been such a blessing to my life, man. It's always been excited and wanted to learn about stocks and kind of get in the market. And man, I learned so much. I took action. I listened to Courtney, and literally, man, I am seeing results. And we'll just say 2 weeks. So just to show you some of the things that I bought and they recommended. I bought Nvidia. I'm already up 30% on that. I bought VONG, which is a Vanguard ETF. I'm up 14% on that. And I also bought Tempest AI TEM. I'm up 23%. So man, when I say really just listening and sticking to the script, watching the money flip, that's the new slogan. So shout out to Courtney, man. Thank you for all the knowledge that you have given me. Really excited about what I've learned. I'm applying, the strategies and things that you've taught me. And man, it's been a blessing, and just looking forward to going and growing.
Guys, everybody that you just heard from had some feelings about moving forward alone. So they joined my 5-week investing program. And my 5-week investing program, it includes education, support, a communal environment, and access to my stock watch list. All things designed to make you a self-sufficient investor. From an education perspective, we have over 6 hours of classes. The first class kicks off teaching you stock fundamentals, about what the stock market is, how it works, how you make money, and the characteristics of stocks you need to understand in order to follow the performance of your portfolio. In the second and third classes, we answer the question, how do I find a good investment? In the second class, we do it through fundamental analysis, which is where I teach you how to look at a company's financial statements, teach you what to look for, what's most important. The third one is technical analysis. This is where I introduce you to stock charts and candles and patterns. The idea of technical analysis is that the past is indicative of the future. So how a stock's price has moved in the past can tell us how it's going to move in the future. The fourth class is how to buy a stock. So I teach you how to use your digital broker in a way that's going to protect your investment and maximize your profits. And then in week 5, I teach you 4 strategies that you can use the rest of your life to build your portfolio to your freedom number. And look, we add one more thing to this. We give you access to my exclusive community for free for 2 months. All right, you get access to my exclusive community for free for 2 months. As a member of the community, you get to participate in my weekly live Q&As. Every Wednesday, the community gets together and I answer questions about the class, about the stock market, about investing, and it's me and my people. All right, we all in there together. You would get to participate in that, and you also get access to my stock watch list. People are always looking for ideas of what to invest in, and I'm really, really open about the companies that I invest in, and I share that with you. Some questions that I get about the 5-week investing program. Is this for beginners? Yes, the 5-week investing class, the 5-week investing program, it is for beginners. This is for people that have never invested. It's also for people who've invested before, but you really didn't know what you was doing, all right? And you want to learn to invest the right way using my strategies, which are absolutely working. How much money do you need to start? All you need is $5 to place an investment. It doesn't take a bunch of money. How long before you see results? I have week 2 circled on the calendar because in week 2, in addition to teaching you fundamental analysis, I introduce you to a tool that you can filter the stock market by a criteria of a winning stock that I give you. And because you can filter the whole market and it'll return companies that meet that criteria, most people feel ready after week 2. And that's when they start seeing results. Is there a cost for the 5-week investing program? There is a cost, but I will tell you, we do offer a payment plan to make this affordable for your budget, okay? So you can set it up on a payment plan to make it work for you. Now, the next question naturally is, well, how much does it cost? Guys, if I was to charge you for each aspect of the 5-week investing program separately, charge you for the class, the watch list, the community, right, the weekly Q&As, the total cost would be $4,897. But I'm not going to charge you that. Let me tell y'all why. I know some of you may be willing to pay it, and I appreciate you being willing to invest in yourself. But guys, when I became a wealth manager, I was really excited about that career because I saw myself in a really important space where I could take the information that I was learning in my career and provide it to people who came from places like I came from. I wanted to teach people who didn't have money how to become wealthy. And I quickly learned that my income was tied directly to the wealth of my clients. So I didn't make money if my clients didn't make money. So I told myself that at the point that I started my own company, I would never make price or someone's income or their wealth a barrier to them being able to get the information. So I'm not going to charge you $4,897 to join the 5-week investing program. The price for you guys, if you visit investinguncomplicated.com, I'm going to drop this link in the chat right now. You can scan this QR code or you can just hit the link that is in the chat. You can register for $597. All right, you can register for $597. And here's the thing, it's the beginning of the year. Y'all came in here pumped, y'all participating, y'all ready to get to it. I can tell by the way that you are responding in the chat. And so for attending my Thursday beginners class, and with this being the first month of the year, if you register tonight for the 5-week investing program, you can register. If you visit investinguncomplicated.com right now, we already have it discounted. Let me make sure. Make sure I'm not telling y'all no lies. I think we did this. I'm checking on my phone right now. Okay, I checked it. It's verified. If you visit investinguncomplicated.com right now, look, somebody's spoiling it in the chat. You can register for not $597, but $397. I am serious about helping people build wealth in the stock market. I am so serious that I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I know this works. It works for me. It works for my family and my friends who I'm giving stock tips all the time. Y'all have seen me. I've seen the YouTubes. You've been to my YouTube. You've seen me on Anthony's show. Some of you have made the investments that I've talked about. Somebody earlier was telling you that they made the investments that I was talking about. All right. And it worked for them. This is your time. Tonight, I'm so committed to you taking the next step that you can register for $397. Now, a couple questions I know y'all have. Can you still use the payment plan? It's only $397. Yes, you can still use the payment plan, even though it's only $397. Them payments gonna be super small, but I don't care. Okay, I want y'all in the program. Do you still get access to the community for free for 2 months? Yes, you still get access to the community for free for 2 months. Yes, you can still participate in the weekly live Q&As. We're discounting the price. We're not discounting the experience. Okay, so everything's still the same. Your price is $397. You get lifetime access to the classes. So you'll get an email. You actually get 2 emails, one for the classes, one for the community. You'll have access to the classes for life. Okay, access to the classes for life. You can watch them whenever you want, whatever pace works for you. Okay. I do, Lorinda, I do teach stock options. Give me a second and I'll send you the link to register for that. $397 get y'all into the 5-week investing program. Again, I dropped that link for you all to register. I'm dropping that in the chat right now. Investinguncomplicated.com. It's the last message in the chat. Go ahead, register, set up that payment plan. All right, I think, yep, I just want to make sure everything was set up correctly. Truck, hold on to that question. I'm gonna get the questions here in just a second. I like that question. I want to answer it. Class is self-paced. Wednesdays is live. Class is self-paced. Wednesdays is live. All right, I think we got everybody taken care of there. So again, investinguncomplicated.com is the link it's in the chat now. You can scan the QR code. Wednesdays is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, but we do record the Wednesdays as well. So even if you missed the live session, you can watch the recording. So look, guys, final check-in, and then we're going to get to some questions. Are you ready to be an owner? You have everything you need to start. You know you don't need thousands of dollars, okay? You just need to take the first step. If you're ready to start investing smarter, drop a "I'm ready" in the chat. If you're ready to start investing smarter, drop a "I'm ready" in the chat. Carol is ready. Quincy is ready. Adrian is ready. Sale is ready. Charity is ready. Wanda is ready. Maria is ready. Marilyn is ready. Antoine is ready. Kelly, Carolyn, Kenyatta, Julian, Wilma. Let's get it, y'all. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Yes, yes, yes. Stephanie, Isaac. Awesome. Look, let me stop sharing for a second. I saw no, I think it's Naquan. Is it Naquan? Did I say that? I saw your message. It said that you just registered. Oh, hold on. Let me find that. I was spelling your name wrong. Naquan, I know you're one. We've had several people register. Y'all just heard that. Naquan, if you don't mind unmuting and you could turn your camera on if you want to. Tell us what made you register tonight. And you can unmute. Make sure you unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, how y'all doing? The reason why I registered, well, I've been following you for probably about a couple months now. And mentally that's where I'm at now, is trying to create generational wealth. And so that's what I'm interested in investing. And you break it down You're very transparent. You know what I'm saying? You make it as to where we can understand. So that's why I invested in your program and in myself. I'm super
Laquan,
excited. I'm super excited.
listen, I'm excited to have you as well. Y'all give it up for Naquan. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Make sure you join your first meetup next Wednesday. We always do something special for our new members. So make sure you're there. Thank you for sharing what made you invest. I know Karen is on here. Karen, I know you registered last week. And I see your message. I think you missed Wednesday. That's okay. We got it recorded for you. But Karen, do you mind telling us what made you register last week? You can unmute.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. You can hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Cool beans. Yeah. So Courtney, for a long time now, I've been working a state job. Love that job, but it doesn't pay a whole lot of money. I, I'm 61 now, and I've just got a few years to retire, and I don't have much savings at all. And I just happened upon a video by you and Anthony one day. I was at work and I happened to see that video, and it kind of answered my prayers. I've been wanting something because I've been working hard physically for years, and my body is breaking down, and I'm tired. I do have another business that I work, but right now that's not real profitable. And if I can just make some money, because I need that growth. If I can have something to look forward to when I do decide to stop working, you guys can make it happen for me. I've never heard anybody as knowledgeable as you are. I'm sure there's somebody out there, but I've not heard them. You put it in a form that I can understand, and I am very interested in learning, and I'm just ready to go. Ready to go.
Karen, thank you so much for that. You are in the right place. You are investing in yourself to learn. Our community has I think we're somewhere around 25%, 30% of our community are people who are within 5 years of retirement. Right. So you're not by yourself. All right. There are people who are focused and ready to get after it, to plan for that next phase of their life. I'm excited to have you. You didn't know that I was about to call on you. So I appreciate you for being a good sport and sharing that. Y'all give it up for Karen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Anybody if you need the link, to register, just comment link and I will send you the link for the 5-week investing program. Isaac said he registered 2 weeks ago. Isaac, you mind telling us what made you register? And you can unmute and you can cut your camera on. Hey, how's it going? You gotta unmute.
Gotcha. Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, that's me. I'm Tina, but my husband, he's on another call, so I'm stepping in. But we decided to go ahead and get joined in because we wanted to make sure that we can do the same as what Karen was saying, to get started with generational wealth, just to be able to help the children and the grandchildren. I know myself, I'm like Karen, I'm ready to retire, and I'm just ready to get the money just growing. And I am so excited to stumble up on you. I saw you on Anthony O'Neill, and I just knew then, I said, this is a godsend. So we decided just to jump right in.
Listen, thank you so much. And you said something that I absolutely love. A lot of the times when we think about investing or we think about building wealth, we think about it for ourselves.
Mhm.
But this isn't just about us. This
Right.
is about our legacy. It's about our children. It's about our grandchildren, right? And sometimes I feel like sometimes people will give up on themselves. Like, I
Yes.
feel like I feel like some people are more likely to give up on themselves if they're the only one to benefit. But now when it comes to your kids, your grandkids, even somebody else, it may not even be family. Now, when
Right.
it comes, most people don't want to let anybody else down, right? And I feel like that's an additional motivator for people. So thank you for saying that, because I know that a lot
Yeah.
of people here tonight that it's not just about them, it's about their families as well. And that's a great reason to
Yes.
invest.
Yes.
So I'm excited to have you all give it up for the McCowans, y'all.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
we will be welcoming them in next week as well. Look, let me get through these last couple slides. Again, if you need the link, just comment link and we will send it to you. And then we're going to take your questions. Again, it's investinguncomplicated.com. Lean just registered. Welcome. Happy to have you as well. Investinguncomplicated.com. It is in the chat. The cost of waiting is expensive. Y'all have waited before. You have procrastinated. I read a quote, and I hope I don't mess this up because I wasn't prepared to say this. I read a quote that said, procrastination is the arrogant thought that God is going to bless you with the time to do it later. Let me say it again. Procrastination is the arrogant thought that God is going to bless you with the opportunity to do it later. Let me tell y'all, tomorrow is not promised. Next year is not promised. Start now, because I can assure you that waiting is the worst thing for you right now, and not making a bad investment, not finding the right time, all of those things. Get started, guys. Get started. Do what you need to do. Look, you're not doing it by yourself. We can do this together. Start with what you have. Be consistent and watch your money grow. Guys, are you ready to take the next step? I don't even want you to drop the answer to this in the chat. I want you to ask yourself, are you ready to take the next step? Real quick, last announcement. I do offer one-on-one coaching. I have a coaching program. A lot of people want to meet with me one-on-one. I don't do it on an individual meeting basis. I do it as a monthly commitment. It's good for people that fall into 1 to 3 categories. We have this narrowed down pretty good now. If you have a lot of money to invest and you need some help investing it, if you have a complex financial situation and you need some help developing a strategy, or if you just prefer to learn in an exclusive environment, you don't want to do a small group, you don't want to ask questions around other people, you just prefer more one-on-one attention. If you're interested in the one-on-one coaching, it's a monthly commitment. It's not for everybody, guys. The cost is $3,497 per month. Not for everybody again, but if you fall into one of those 3 categories, it may make sense. If you're interested in learning more about one-on-one coaching, if you comment coach in the chat, I will send you a link where you can book a consultation. So if you think you may be interested in one-on-one coaching, just comment coach and I will send you a link to book a consultation. Again, like I said, that's not for everybody, but some people are looking for a little bit more. Guys, what happens if you don't start? You stay a consumer and you never become an owner. Inflation eats away at your savings. You continue to have mediocre investments. You keep working harder and not smarter. Your future self is ready to thank you for starting today. All right. If you haven't already, I know a lot of you has found me on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to the Investing Uncomplicated YouTube channel. We're really happy about the content that we are producing, and we have some amazing things on tap for the rest of the year. So if you subscribed already, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with somebody that you love. All right, y'all, we're ready for your questions. If you have a question, use the raise hand feature in Zoom. That way I can call on everybody in order. Use the raise hand feature in Zoom so I can call on everybody in order. Also, I know that there were some people asking about the options class. If you are interested in the options class, comment options in the chat and I will send you the link. We do Q&A. We do Q&As for the options class on Tuesdays. I'm sorry. We do it on Tuesdays. So comment options. I'm gonna drop that options link for the people that are interested in the options. I'm gonna check for my options people. I'm checking to see if we can do a discount for you guys as well, since you're on here tonight. Hold on one second. See. Yep, we do. All right, so the options class is normally $797. So what I did real quick, that's why I was delaying. Sorry about the pause. I was checking with my team to see if we could do a discount for the options class for the people that were interested in that. And we got one. So if you register tonight, you can register for the options class for $597 instead of $797. The cost of the options class is normally $797. So we're going to give you the same $200 discount, that $200 discount that we gave the beginners. So everybody that commented options, I am responding to your comments right now. Everybody should have a link from me now. Everybody should have a link from me now with the link to the options page. Again, that discount is for tonight only. So we got that done real quick for y'all. We got that done really quick for y'all. So that's $597. All right, I think we got everybody. Perfect. All right. So Carol, what's going on, Carol? How you doing tonight? You can unmute.
Okay, I forgot I thought it was Lord. I keep seeing a sign say Lord, where am I? Okay, anywho, I thought it was way back in your beginning of the class today about so far when you were on. And so I was going right by the steps that you had because I've already opened up an account and I got to the part, well, I'm already in there and got money in there, right? So the question, and I probably have asked you this before, so please forgive me. The question is the dollars that I have in there now and the tickers that you gave this evening, the VOO, the SMH, and so on. Is that where I can go? Because it's just sitting there. The funds are just sitting there in under the invest account. But could I just go there where it is somewhere so far that says search stocks and search those and do that? I think
That's the way you want to do it. You want to go to that search and then enter that ticker symbol. You're exactly right.
So okay. So when I do that, the first one that came up was VOO, VOO, and it is, I think the price of it is more than what I already have in there. How do I kind of do it? I think I learned the word fraction it off or something like that.
You on top of it, Carol. Come on. Talk
Okay,
about
so
it,
I
Carol.
remember I wasn't sure. Okay. Is
Yeah,
that's the right terminology?
that's the right terminology.
Oh my
So
goodness, I'm
even
scared now. You get
no,
ready
no,
to
no.
create a monster. You get ready to create a monster. Okay, go right
No.
ahead.
Yeah, you're on top of it. So even if you don't have enough money in your account to buy the full share, whatever money you have in there, it'll buy you a fraction of a share. And y'all know my thing. It doesn't matter if you're buying a fraction because that fraction is going to move the same way as that full share. But you're exactly right. When you're making that investment, you're gonna it may have quantity highlighted. You want to change it from quantity to dollar amount, and then it'll calculate how much of a share you're actually buying.
Okay, quantity. Because I met from these tickers, it was the four. I want to do all four. And so the little amount that I have right now, and maybe I shouldn't say little because I want it to grow, grow, grow. So I'm going to speak
Exactly.
positive into it, right? So
Speak into it. Yep.
exactly. And so the four that I want to do, I'm going to do that. And when I do the quantity and it tells me how much that share is, that'll give me an incentive to increase what I have in order to start building it up.
Yeah,
Am
that's
I on
correct.
the right track?
You on the right track.
Thank you. You have a
All right.
good evening. I appreciate so much of what you do. You're such a blessing and a godsend. And I do highly recommend that if anyone is on the, you know, fence about that class, please take it and take advantage of those courses. I'm on fundamental analysis, so I'm learning a little bit.
All
So
right, Carol.
I
So
just
happy to
encourage
have you.
others. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's a great question. Somebody had asked with the options link. I just sent everybody the link for the options class that was interested. You can use a payment plan with the options class as well. We offer 4 different ones. Split it, Zip, Sezzle, Afterpay. Choose the one that works best for you, but make sure y'all take advantage of that discount for tonight. CF. You can unmute CF.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So I kind of had the same question a little bit like with Miss Carol had. Only difference is I opened an account with Fidelity, which I also funded like just a little $150. And I also looked at the VOO. I started, but then I hesitated because I was not 100% sure of what I was doing. The only part that kind of confused me was the part where I guess before you complete the order, it's a part that says where you have to choose either market or limit. And the only thing I understand it said about market is that you trade at the next available price, or limit is your way you trade at a set price or better. I didn't know what I should do before I did that. And then that's the first part of my question. And then how much of that 150 should I put in, like the VOO? And then I didn't want to overwhelm you with a whole lot of questions. And the last one was just, do I mirror the same investments that I do with my brokerage? Do I do the same thing in my Roth IRA? And that was all I had.
All right. CF hit me with 3 questions, y'all. Y'all see that? I'm trying to remember. I have a terrible memory.
No, it's
My
fine.
family
The
would say,
first
okay,
one,
so the
the first
question was
one,
about limit order. I got you. The first one was about limit order. So you have market order or limit order. When you do the market order, it's going to place your trade immediately. The limit order is you have to tell it what price you want to buy it, and it may not fill it immediately. It's only going to fill it if it gets to that price that you enter. As a beginner, you just want to stick to market orders for now. I do teach you about limit orders in the 4th class in the program, though, and how you can actually use those. to benefit your portfolio. So you want to use market orders for now. That's the first question. The second question was, how much should you put in VOO? If you've never invested before, my homework to you all is to just invest $5 tomorrow. If you put 150 in the account, invest $5 tomorrow so you know how it works. So you can go through the process of placing an investment, and then you'll be like, dang, I did it. And you can do a little touchdown dance, a little celebration, Dougie, whatever it is that you do, holy dance. All right. And you can celebrate that accomplishment. I mean, then after that, if you're like, well, how much do I put into each one? You really just have to determine what makes sense for you. There is a bit of strategy that goes into how much you put into multiple investments at once. I'm not going to talk about that on here. We talk about that a lot in the community. But the other question was, should you, or is it okay to have the same accounts in your individual brokerage as well as in your retirement? It is okay. The taxability of the investments is different, but it's okay to have some overlap. Thank you, CF.
Okay, thank you so much.
Miss Lori.
Hi, Courtney. My question is, when you had us do the divide by, or think of the salary we want in the future, and we divide it by that 0.05 and we get that magic fin number, how long is that projected to last you? Like, how do you, I don't know, like say a person who does it starting at age 20 versus a person that started at age 50. So how do you make it last for a lifetime, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so there was some additional considerations that I built into that formula that y'all don't even know about. So basically, that amount is set to last you a lifetime. So that amount that we came up with, that freedom number, we calculated that paying yourself 5% a year. The reason why we choose 5% paying you that amount is because you still have some money that's still growing. So that's going to keep your money from running out, and it's going to also help keep up with inflation. So that amount of money, if you live off 5% a year and that money stays invested in the stock market, it'll last you for the rest of your life, regardless of age.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That was a really, really good question. Truck.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I started off with Moo at first because I was listening to you and Anthony, and then I switched my savings account because I wanted my money to grow, and I started with SoFi with the high yield account.
Yeah.
But then I opened up another investment account because you can do. I think they have self account and broker. But when I did my self account, I had the same stocks as I did with Moo. So is that a good strategy, or should I just have one stock and not duplicate it with another?
Yeah, Truck,
with
thank you
another
for
broker?
asking. Yeah, thank you for asking that question, because I think I saw like two other people ask that question in the chat, and I didn't get to it. It's okay if you have overlap between multiple brokerage accounts. As you continue to invest, I would say keep it different. Otherwise, you might as well have all the money in one account, right? So if you have some overlap for now, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But as time goes on, I would manage them a little bit differently. You're going to naturally have some overlap because the biggest companies in the world are going to be in just about every ETF and every mutual fund, right? So you're going to have some overlap, but they'll be a little bit different.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Karen.
Okay. So I opened up a SoFi account, and I had two questions about SoFi account. One, is it supposed to be a cash account that that I opened up? Because I did, and they were saying, you know, do you want us to take your money and let other people use it and whatnot? I'm like, what is that? What is that?
It does need to be a cash account. So you have a choice between a cash account and a margin account. And a margin account is not for a beginner. So yes, you do
Okay.
want to do a cash account.
And that's the one I did. Okay. And the second question was I was transferring my funds and then my bank reversed the process.
You transferred the funds into your brokerage account?
That was my intention. Well, I did that. I did that process. And then so I looked at it the next night to actually make a investment, and my bank had reversed the process, so the money went back to my other bank.
I would just ask the bank. I'm not sure why they would have done that, and I wouldn't be able to answer it. I would just reach out directly to the bank to see why they did that.
Okay.
I would do that before I would try to transfer it again.
Okay. Because I was about to try to transfer it again.
No, call the bank first to figure out.
Okay. All right. I think that was it. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Karen. Anybody else need the link for the 5-week investing program? Anybody else need the link for the 5-week investing program? If you need the link, comment link in the chat and I will send it to you. Monique, did you want to ask your question? I know you had sent me a message. Did you want to ask that, or do you want to send me the question separately? You tell me. Monique, and if you're talking, Monique, you would have to unmute.
Oh, hi, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask it on the side because it's kind of sensitive.
Yeah, let me give you. Okay,
So I don't
I
want
saw
to. So
that, and
even if
I
I could send
didn't.
a message or somewhere I could just send a message, and I just want to know how to, because I was. So another question: do I have to have an account with one of those split payments?
Say that one more time.
Am I speaking too fast? It could be my accent. Sorry.
No. Go ahead. I can hear you fine.
Oh, I said, do I have to have an account with one of those split payments?
You do have to have an account with the broker. Oh, I'm sorry for
No, to split the
the payment
payment.
plan.
Because if I need an account, then I'll just kind of like pay it right away. But
I do believe that you have to have an account to do the split payments because I think some of them are different. So they're like 2 of them that will set up the automatic payment out of your account. So you do have to have an account for that one. But then there's one, what they do is they actually just take it out of your spending limit on like a credit card. So you don't actually need a checking account, but you do need a credit card for the other one. So if you don't have either, yeah.
No, I have it, but I don't want to pay with credit. I just want to pay. If I pay in something, I just pay debit and it come out because I just like to have a certain way I budget my money. Right. And it
Gotcha.
wasn't something that I budget for. So I just wanted to do it in 2 payments within like today, tomorrow is Friday, within tomorrow or tonight. And then the next payment I could probably pay next week. That's just what I
Gotcha.
was thinking.
I see what you're saying. And I see the rest of your message too that you sent me. So I'm sending you my email right now so you can email my team. And then just this message, just send that to us and then we'll help you out.
All right. Okay, good. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Monique.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. All right, I got 3 more questions, and then we're gonna call it a night. Y'all got Nicole, Dewad, and then Isaac. Let's go, Nicole.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. My question is in reference to Mumu and just how it works. So basically starting with the $5, are you able to like walk me through like each step as far as wanting to invest in, as far as wanting to invest? And I did hear what you told Carol about, I think it's called fractions, it's called a
Fractional
fracture,
shares. Hmm.
fractured shares. So I just want to know, how does it work? I
Yeah.
haven't done it
So
yet, but I am.
no, for sure, for sure. So I won't be able to walk you through it one on one. However, inside the community, we do have a demo on how to place a trade, because that is a question that so many of our newbies have. So we have it inside of the community. But in terms of how fractional shares work, y'all heard me say that investing in the stock market is so accessible because you can invest a little bit of money. And so what your broker will do is they'll calculate the percentage of a share that you can buy based on whatever amount that you're investing.
Okay. And then one more question, and I did email support about this. I'm having trouble getting on Mighty Networks.
Okay. What when you say trouble, tell me when you tried. We were actually having some technical issues yesterday.
Yeah, so it was last night.
Yeah, we had some issues. So we have those fixed, and you shouldn't
Okay.
experience that again.
Okay, and then when I go into Mighty Network, do I just do Discover Network and then click on your network? I mean, click on you, and then that's
You
it.
can. Yep. You should see it in there. Yep. That should be the only steps you have to take. You can also
Okay.
do it from the email that we sent you as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Courtney, and appreciate you so much. I'm
No,
learning. I'm learning.
all right. Thank you, Nicole.
Bye bye.
Um, Dawad.
Hey, how you doing, Courtney? Love the class, man. You got me all excited, man. Here's the problem. I got a little bit too excited. And I'm obsessed with it. I can't sleep. I'm studying it. But I invested in a stock that it looked like ASML. I bought that one, but then I saw ASML again, but then it was ASMG. It was only $34. And I'm like, all right. And the way I saw it moving, I bought one yesterday. And it moved. I mean, it moved a lot. Like I made money on it. So I'm like, I bought a whole bunch of it today. And then I looked and it said it's a leveraged stock and it's from the ASML Daily Themes Trust. And what I looked up about it was that it moves a whole lot in a day. It moves up fast, but it moves down really fast too. So I can lose my shirt on that. Is this a stock where you dump like a bunch of money, like 10, 20 grand into it, let it climb and then pull it out in the same day? And is that day trading? Or should I put a trailing stop on it tonight so that I let it climb and then just get it out? And get as much money as I can from it, or like how do I handle this?
Yeah. So I see this is it's a leverage ETF. So there are ETFs that exist out there that are, you buy the ETF and it moves along with the underlying stock. These exist because when there are some stocks that are too expensive, these help make it more affordable, because like these are about $34 a share. Of course, the stock is about $1,000. So you get the move. It made a crazy move between yesterday and today. That's the reason why you're up so much. But the underlying stock made the same move.
Yeah, it looked like the same. I'm like, I made this much on this, and I had like I don't know, $1,000, $2,000 into the other one, and this one almost matched it, I think. And I only had one stock.
Yeah, so the ASMG is it is it's just designed to make ASML more affordable without owning the actual stock. I prefer people to just buy the fractional share, because even when you buy the fractional share, you own it, right? It's yours, and you can invest the same amount of money. Honestly, they're gonna move the same, right? It's just one you're gonna actually own the shares, and one you're not.
So should I get out of the ASMG? Like, can I lose my shirt on this? Because what I was thinking was day trade, you know what I'm saying? Every day
Yeah.
go in, let it jump up,
No,
but put
no,
like
no, no,
10
no.
grand. Like if I put 10 grand and bought 10 grand worth of $34 shares, would it move up that much more and then get up out from under it in the same day? No,
No,
that's
that would
not how it
be,
works.
yeah. I don't teach. I don't teach any of like my beginners to day trade. We do that in the options class. You
Okay.
don't have to do that with this stock. ASML is one of the most special companies that you could invest in.
Okay.
You just want to buy that and just hold.
Okay.
I know you bought the ASMG yesterday. I mean, don't worry about that. Just hold on to it. You don't have to sell it. I know you're up a lot. Just hold on to it. It's gonna keep going up. But in the future, I would just buy ASML.
Okay. So don't buy any more of that, but it's not
No,
gonna go like I'm scared I'm gonna go like upside down in old money or something like that. I don't know
no,
what that
that's
means.
that's not gonna happen. That ASMG, it's just like it mirrors the movement of
Okay.
ASML. So whatever ASML does, that's gonna do just at a cheaper price. But
Okay.
you really own the stock.
All
So
right,
it's
that's
not a
cool.
situation. Yeah. It was designed to make certain stocks more affordable, but
All right.
affordability is a fake thing in the stock market now that we have fractional shares.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So I'll just hang on to it and I'll be fine. I already because I bought like 20 shares of it.
Okay, it's all good.
All right, I'll just hang on to them 20 shares or whatever it was. All right, thank you.
Now, great
Oh,
question.
I forgot. I couldn't. I don't know how I locked myself out of the community, but I don't know what happened, but I was unable to get in to yesterday's class with the community.
Yeah,
So
there was a glitch in the system yesterday, and we
okay,
spent yesterday evening and some of today fixing that. So try to get back in
okay,
either tonight or tomorrow whenever you get a chance. You should be back in there.
okay, cool. All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
No, my pleasure. Thank you. Great
Or-
question.
Courtney, I'm sorry. That for the community, what's that link?
Um,
I mean,
we email you the link to access the community. So check your email. After you register, you'll get 2 emails from us. One of them is about accessing the community, and it'll have the link to join there.
okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
And remind them, Courtney, don't forget to check the junk mail for those emails as well.
Please, thank you for that, Carol. Make sure you all check your spam. If you don't see 2 emails in your inbox, one of them, maybe even both of them, may have went to your spam. So that's really, really important. Thank you for that reminder. Pendola, I see your message. I just responded to you. I think Suzette emailed you yesterday because we talked about you. And so check for an email from Suzette. If you don't see it, let me know. Please let me know, and I'll make sure we get you the info.
All right. Thank you.
Lorinda, yes, you watch the classes and we meet on Wednesday. So you don't have to watch all the classes before joining Wednesday. Technically, you don't have to watch any of them. But we like to say if you watch a class, you could then, if you have questions, you could bring your questions to the meetup. And let me mention this real quick for people that are still hanging around. Isaac, I know we have your question. I'm gonna let you close us out in just a second. We're doing an in-person meetup for everybody that's in the community February 7th. This is a great opportunity for us to just interact, celebrate, meet, do some acknowledgments in person. That's February 7th. You can RSVP in the community. So that's another incentive for you all to make sure you join the community. Look, you pay for the class, you get the community as an add-on. Make sure you sign up. You can RSVP inside of the community for the in-person meetup that is February 7th. We're excited to see everybody off of these cameras and in real life, live and in person. Anybody else need the link? Anybody else need the link? The meetup is is technically Maryland. It's at the National Harbor right outside of Washington, D.C. It's at the National Harbor right outside of D.C. But you got to RSVP. Your name got to be on the list now. You can't just run up in there, okay? You can't just run up in there. Your name got to be on the list. So make sure you RSVP so we get your name. Anybody else need the link for the 5-week investing program? If you need the link, just comment link. Isaac, you can go ahead and unmute and you can ask your question.
Yes, Courtney, I have two questions and I'll be real brief with them. The first one is, how do we get grandfathered in? And then the second one is, how do we join the community? Because we did sign up for the class, but we didn't get we couldn't get into the community.
When did you try to get into the community?
We did it yesterday and we've been trying to do it, but
yeah.
I don't.
We go back to the email, the registration email that we sent, and then access it again. I mentioned it a couple of times. There was the technology around the community, it crashed yesterday. And so there were a lot of people that had trouble. So we actually emailed, or we didn't email the link. We sent the meeting link out inside of the community once we got it up. But the problem there, though, Isaac, for you is like, well, if I'm not in the community, I wouldn't have gotten the link. So you missed that. And I apologize about that. And we're rectifying that. If you find your registration email, it tells you how to access the community. That's the best path. Getting in. If you need us to resend that email, let me know. Email us at support@investinguncomplicated.com and just say, hey, how can I get access to the community? And we'll send you the instructions. I'm going to drop that email in the chat so you have it. It's support@investinguncomplicated.com.
Okay. Yeah, because we did not get it. Tina and myself, we didn't get it. And so we were like, we can't get into it. So all we're getting is the recordings, but that's it. We couldn't get into the community.
Yeah, we'll get you in there. Shoot us an email and we'll send you the instructions on this next week.
And will we be grandfathered in after this, or how do we get grandfathered into the community for later?
Yeah, so it's funny, people are asking me this question now. Do y'all think that I'm about to go up on the price for the community or something? So right now the price for the community it's $49.95 once you start getting charged, right? You're free for 2 months.
Okay.
Then it goes to $49.95. We have no plans on changing that. All right. If in the future we do change it, because we did do a increase in the rate early 2020 or mid 2025, mid last year, we did increase it. We don't have any plans anytime soon to increase it again, but if we did, whatever price you're paying, we would keep that the same. So you will be grandfathered in at the price that you pay now. If we start offering some other services or add-ons in order to get those add-ons, you probably would have to go up. But I am literally speaking in hypotheticals that I have no details about. So so no, the price that you pay now is the price that you pay.
All right, thank you.
No, my pleasure. Guys, great call tonight. So many of you registered. I'm excited about this new cohort that's joining the community. I want you all to, if you can, attend February 7th in person. If you register, you do have to be a member of the community. Okay, you got to be in the community. You have to RSVP to participate that day. Looking forward to having everybody. Great call tonight. Make sure you do homework and invest your $5 tomorrow.